This word is kopi. It means coffee. This one is kopi. It means nosebleed. People are gonna think that I'm ordering nosebleed at cafes. 보통 what? 한국어 잘 하고 싶어요. Hey guys, this is Inga, and in this video, I will be trying to learn a new language in only 60 days. As some of you know, I am half Taiwanese and half Hong Kong Chinese. I grew up basically speaking all three languages, Mandarin, English, and Cantonese. Even as a kid, I've always been fascinated by languages. One of the things that have always been on my bucket list is to pick up another language. Korean for me has always been on top of the list of languages that I've wanted to learn. I think partially because I used to be based in East Asia and I had this goal of mastering all the East Asian languages. Korea is also a country that is so rich in culture and history. If I could get a good grasp of this language, I'd be able to go there and actually talk to people and get to know all of it better. Also because for right now, I produce a lot of the K-pop video content here at BuzzFeed. If I'm able to understand or communicate better in Korean, it could help our talent feel more comfortable too. All of these reasons are why I've decided to take up this challenge of learning a new language in 60 days. For full disclosure, I have learned Korean a little bit before, but I have forgotten pretty much most of it because I haven't been using it at all. So my goal is that at the end of these 2 months, I should at least be able to form my own sentences. I am hoping to understand what people are saying. I am very hopeful and I am very excited about this. I just hope I don't disappoint myself. And you guys. Also, just to clarify, I shot all of this before the quarantine, so promise I am staying safe and I hope you guys are staying safe too. So to start it off, I actually started to pull out some of the old notes I still had from my study abroad program, and I also downloaded an app to help me with like pronunciations and like kind of have a refresher of sorts. I'm actually really surprised that I still have these notes. They remind me of just how much I've forgotten. Looking at the notes I've written before though, the way I've spelt it out up here, when I pronounce it, it just seems so similar. I feel like I just need somebody to be here, somebody to talk to make sure that like I'm pronouncing things right. If I get this first step wrong, I feel like I'm just gonna get everything else wrong too. So to stay on track and to make sure that I would actually see some improvement within these 60 days, I decided to look up where I'd be able to learn Korean in the city. And that's when I found KCC, and that's when I was introduced to Eun, who would become my tutor.
We'll do some refreshers. I hope she gets to the level where she could conjugate. It will depend on her as much as it depends on me.
This first lesson was intense. Eun basically told me that I've been pronouncing everything wrong.
I want to make sure that she has the right pronunciation.
So this is our first week. We definitely have more ways to go.
Yes,
are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Fighting.
So Eun and I set up a schedule where we would meet twice a week for 2 hours each time, and I would be starting from the very basics.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷.
So it involved a lot of reading and repeating after her, making sure that I was making the right sounds.
Okay, let's do that again. 하나,
신촌
어디에
있어요.
있어요.
And once I got home, I would go over the materials again. I'm just going through some of my notes, rewriting them. 안녕하세요. 안녕. 이거 그거 그래요? What did make it more difficult though was that I wasn't just learning common phrases and words, but I was learning how sentences were structured. So that kind of tripped me up. I also started trying to speak in Korean to my Korean friends, with key emphasis on trying.
미혜 씨, 집이 어디에 있어요? Is that right?
Yeah, wow, that's pretty good. 저는 크라운 하이츠에 살아요.
크라운 하이츠.
인가 씨는 어디에 살아요?
인카 씨, 저는 어디 가는 거야? 수박 소주.
Oh my
개
god.
주세요.
That's what's important to you.
For this week I'm actually going to be in Tokyo, Japan for work, which means I won't be able to go in for my lessons. And because my schedule's kind of crazy, it also means that I don't actually have that much time to practice. So I'm really hoping this doesn't set me back. I think being in Japan also kind of confuses me a little bit, where in Japan, because I'm learning a lot of new phrases in order to try to get around, I feel like sometimes I also mix up Japanese and Korean phrases, which is not a good thing, and I'm trying not to do that. It's hard. It's really hard to stay on track. I hope Un won't be too disappointed in me. Can you say that one more time?
보통 아침 9시부터 오후 1시까지 수업이 있어요.
보통 아침 9시부터 오후 1시까지 수업이 있어요. The third week definitely set me back, so I had a lot of catching up to do, a lot of revising, a lot of studying, and I had to refer to the internet to make sure my pronunciation was okay. I also changed the language on my phone from English to Korean, since I figured that would force me to use Korean a lot more in my daily life. Rushing to class now with my sandwich. Because my phone's now in Korean, it takes me like 3 times the amount of time I normally take to read anything. This is proving to be a lot harder than expected. In some of my conversations with Un, even though it took me a while to process what was being said, I could actually understand what she was saying, and that got me really excited.
지금 뭐 해요?
지금 뭐 해요? 지금 right now what are you doing?
누구하고 밥 먹어요?
What? 누구하고 밥 먹어요? Who are you eating with? 혼자 밥 먹어요. So it's pretty much the end of day right now. I had a shoot this morning, then I went to Korean class, then I had to rush back for another shoot. Today during class we tried to put like sentences together, but at the same time I was also so exhausted and my brain literally just stopped working. And then when we started, we said to aim for like 30 minutes every day, but a lot of times I have shoots or events that go on until really late in the evening. And the biggest thing is also because I know we're trying to do so much within 2 months, it is not as easy as it sounds. I'm trying to read directions to see where I'm supposed to go, but everything in Google Maps right now is in Korean, so I'm very confused. And not just Google Maps, but because all of my notifications were now in Korean, it was kind of overwhelming, and I feel like my workflow just became slower. I was less efficient because of how much time it took to process everything. It is now 10 p.m. at night right now, and I literally just got back from work and I am trying to do my Korean homework. I've been reading the same page for like, I don't know how many times, but the information just isn't going in. I can't, like, my brain honestly it just needs sleep. So, I don't know. I want this to work, but it's also just like, I don't know what to do. It is week 7. We're almost at the end here, and I feel like now I'm like finally able to understand sentences. And Yun and I were having conversations. Granted that she does try to speak a little slower for me. I understand most of it, or maybe not most. I get the meaning, the general meaning of what she's trying to ask, so super excited about that. Being able to put sentences together in Korean was one of the most incredible feelings. Learning about how to say want to, 한국 식당에서 먹고 싶어요. But even though I could read better now and I could understand more things, this is when I started learning about Korean grammar, and this is the part when things got extremely difficult. Tenses 어려워요. 진짜 어려워요. 어떡해.
Now you should be able to say, can you come to my home to eat tonight?
Took me like 5 minutes.
High five?
High five. 할 수 없어요.
Okay.
So I'm on my way to meet Brandon and his family. So I am hoping to use this chance to practice a little bit of my newly learned Korean. I have been tasked to order 네 사람. 하나 둘 셋 넷. One person is one 사람.
Yeah, this first one order is very popular here.
Yeah, ready? Okay. 김치 치즈 닭갈비
몇 인분 해드려요?
네 사람.
맵기 어떻게 해드려요?
맵기 medium.
미디움 해드려요?
Yeah. 쌀떡. 쌀떡. 하나 고구마.
튀김이 나와요.
그냥 나와요? 그러면 애들 안 할게요. 다른 거 할게요.
오케이. 라면 먹고 싶어요? 라면 주세요. 오, 데리고. 감사합니다.
That was good.
Like my brain was like, help me.
You were nervous? You were crying. What is this? 물?
젓가락.
What is this?
병.
Oh. How do you say water bottle?
물병.
Yeah.
오! 저녁 먹으러 집에 올 수 있어요?
You're inviting me over to your house. That's like
네. 맛있어요?
nice.
네, 여러분.
여러분.
건배. I am on my way to my last Korean class. Really sad, but this is it. I really hope I've come a longer way than I think I have.
I worked with Inga for 60 days. She started with pronunciation. Now she's generating sentences, and I think that's a very good improvement. Definitely keep studying. Yeah, you should be really, really, really proud of yourself.
And for the final challenge, I tried to converse in Korean with one of my favorite K-pop stars, Amber. Right?
Korean lesson thingamabob.
I don't need this. Okay.
You don't need it.
엠버의 노래 진짜 좋아요. 대박.
잘했어요.
여러분, 엠버의 콘서트 가요. 한국어 잘 하고 싶어요.
잘합니다. 잘했어요.
Thank you.
알아들었습니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah, yo, that's a lot. Crazy thing with like Mandarin and English is that Chinese also has a really, really weird grammar
Yeah.
with English too. And then you're flipping that into Korean. I empathize with your struggle and you did amazing.
Thank
so,
you.
all good.
So yeah, that concludes my 60 days of learning Korean. But as you guys can probably tell, this is also really just the beginning. Learning a new language really is an ongoing process, and I really don't want to lose any of the progress I've made so far. I also really want to know if you guys have been trying to learn a new language. I think it would be really fun for us to share our experiences and any tips we have in the comments below. But as for now, this is my promise to myself. I am going to keep practicing. I hope to only get better from here. See you guys soon. Bye.